سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح
نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الدعاء مخ العبادة. The hadith that I've just narrated to you, ad-du'a. Now du'a, when we hear the word du'a, we automatically assume it to mean when we sit, raise our hands, usually after we have completed our salah and we request something from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that in essence is what du'a is. Du'a, if you look at it, comes from words which mean to call, to ask, to invite, even a da'i, to invite towards something, to call towards something, to bring somebody towards something. However, in the context that we're using it here, it means ad-du'a, meaning to supplicate, because the remainder of the hadith makes us understand this better. And that is mukhul ibadah. So let's concentrate on the word ibadah first before we come to the word mukh. So ibadah is an act of worship. So du'a, supplicating, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for something, is an act of worship. Now let's look at the word mukh. Now the word mukh means something which is the absolute kernel, the essence, the core, the asal. And in fact the word mukh means the brain. So it's the center of everything, because if you look at the body, it's the brain which controls everything. It controls speech, it controls memory, it controls movement, it controls memorizing things. It gives us the ability to separate ourselves intellectually from other creatures on the surface of the earth. So here Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is referring to dua, and he is saying it is the mukhul ibad, it is the brain, it is the asal, it is the primary matter of ibadah. So what can we understand from this? Well, what we understand from this is that what we gain from supplicating is true submission. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our Rabb. He is our creator. He has created us. And for us to truly recognize Him is for us to ask Him for those matters which are beyond us. Even though we understand from narrations that we should even ask for those things which we think we can achieve. You know, even if something really small, like what we would consider to be minor, we should ask Allah. It's not that, because in a way what we're saying is that this thing is within my power. You know, I can get up and go sit over there. I can get some food, or I can do this. We perceive that's within our power. And those things which are outside of our power, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for. So the hadith is quite clear that dua, supplication, and supplication can be in any form. The one that I mentioned to you at the beginning was the one that we do as we sit in prayer. But supplication can come whilst we're walking, whilst we're sat contemplating, reflecting, any time. And when it's a person's time of need, then that's when the person should be asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what it does develop is this act of supplication, is it develops true submission in a human. It develops true submission, and also it's the recognition of the person, the recognition of the individual of his limitations. And how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has no limitations put on him. He can give, he can take, he has no limits. His bounty has no limits either. So dua is something we should be constant upon. Dua is something we should ask and engage with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's not necessary that these du'as have to be, you know, some of us are unfortunate, our memories aren't very good, and we get this du'a for rain and du'a for this and du'a for that, and we struggle to even, you know, recite Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar, something as short as that. We struggle to memorize anything else longer than that. So it's not necessary that we should restrict ourselves. Of course, masnoon du'as we should try to learn, and masnoon du'as we should try to say at the appropriate time. But du'a is where it's open conversation. You are talking as a slave of Allah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it should be free. There is no language limitations. Speak in whichever language you feel comfortable in. Just reflect, connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through your heart, ask with your tongue, cry, shed tears. This is an emotional connection between you, between a created and the creator, or a creature and the creator. So bear that essence in mind, that dua is something which is the absolutely essence of worship. It brings about true submission in a person, and one which recognizes the creator and recognizes the role the creature plays and the role of the creator. Wa akhiru da'wana an alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعى كالفضاء الرحيم